Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is Thursday, so we are talking Turner syndrome. And this week I want to talk about feeling overwhelmed by the information online. I've talked about this before and why it's not a good idea, but I want to give just a few tips to still feel informed and feel like you're staying informed, but not overwhelming yourself with everything that's going on. Turner syndrome is in this place where it's still being researched, it's still being studied, it's still being looked at, and we're trying to understand it more and more. So there's a lot of adjustments that are always made. There's a lot of information and new information and updated information that comes out. It is very good to stay up on that, and it's really important to stay up on that. And I don't want to discount that. But there is a whole lot that comes out. There is a whole lot of different places you could look. Some of them are going to give you conflicting information with others that you look at. Some of them will give you the exact same information. There's a whole range of stuff you can find. And I think there's 3 different ways you can kind of filter what you're looking at, filter what you focus on, and hopefully be able to have it not overwhelm you as you're researching. Whether you are the parent researching or whether you are the woman with Turner syndrome researching. I did a whole lot of researching after I found out, and as I got older, especially as I became a teenager and was like, okay, this is real now. What's going to happen with my body? What's going to happen? Because it's not going to be the traditional picture of what happens, right? So I was trying to figure out what to expect, what to look for, what was possible, and there's a whole lot out there. So here's some tips I have. The first one is tests. Do all of the testing that you feel like you need to understand what's going on with you. Do all of the recommended, and if there's any that would answer questions for things you're not sure of what's going on with you with, get those tests done too. And then you can apply that to the information you try to research and keep up on with, okay, these are the things going on with me, this is what my body's doing, so I'm going to focus on these specific topics for what I really hyper research. Sometimes you're just getting the general information as well, but that'll help you focus your focus and give you areas to really dig into, and it narrows it into what's applicable to you. So that's helpful. My second tip is have a select few resources that you pay attention to. There's a whole lot of Googling that you can do. There's a whole lot of things that come up. There's so many different articles, blogs, websites, Facebook groups, Facebook forums, like so many different things you can do trying to get information, trying to hear other stories. And I think that's how I get easily overwhelmed, and I think that's how a lot of people get easily overwhelmed in keeping up on things and learning more and finding out more. So my tip helps you narrow those places you go to. So you're not broad brushing everything on the internet. You have focused places that you go to and focused topics you pay really close attention to. So that kind of helps. You're not going all over. You're not doing a huge wide search and have to filter through everything where other stuff pops up and you're not sure who to trust and they have conflicting information. You have your trusted few sources that you go to. That I think is huge. And then my third tip is to focus on actionable things. So as you're researching, if this is not something that applies to you, okay, great. You understand it a little better, but you don't need to worry about it. There's nothing actionable with that. If it is something that applies to you, make sure you take something actionable from it. I think when I get stuck and overwhelmed is when I don't feel like I can do anything. And so I'm just sitting with all of that information, with all of those thoughts going through my head about it. And I can't do anything. I can't put anything into action. If you can find things and focus on the things that give you action steps, that you can make actionable in some way. You can add something to your routine. You can make a note to talk to your doctor about it. You can have a test run. You can add this supplement. You can, all of those things are actually actionable items that you can do. It leads to something changing. It leads to something happening. It's not just sitting there dwelling on the information. Do you see the difference? I feel like that's a huge difference. So if a source that you're looking at or an article isn't actionable, maybe shift your focus to one that is. Shift your focus to a topic that's actionable for you. Shift your focus to a resource that gives you more actionable information that actually applies, if that makes sense. So those things kind of help you not get caught up in everything that comes out, in all of the shifts and changes and new studies and new research. And it's great to be up on that, but it's also really easy to get overwhelmed with everything that's out there. All of the opinions, so much is out there. And I think if we can all implement these things, that'll help us stay up on it and be current on the research and know what's going on and be informed, but not overwhelmed. So, I hope this helped. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed and have notifications on. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!